The advent of the internet changed the way citizens learned about their politicians, but it also changed the way politicians learned about their citizens. By applying computer analytics to district maps, political operatives can now use income, age, and the things you buy to predict where and how Americans vote. Thanks to big data, it's easier than ever for politicians to manipulate their voting districts and to gerrymander. Every 10 years, after the U.S. Census is collected, states are legally mandated to redraw their political districts. There are a couple rules for redistricting, but the main one is that new districts must be equal in population size. One person, one vote. But politicians often redraw districts in ways that benefit themselves. When one party disproportionately benefits from the way district maps are drawn, it's known as gerrymandering. Here's a simple way to understand its consequences. Gerrymandering allows politicians to choose their voters instead of voters choosing them. Some gerrymandered districts are so weird that they have nicknames. Pennsylvania's 7th district is called Goofy Kicking Donald Duck. Maryland's 3rd district is known as the Praying Mantis. These oddly shaped districts aren't new. In fact, they've been around almost as long as our country. In 1812, Governor Elbridge Gerry of Massachusetts signed into law a state senate map tilted to his advantage. A cartoonist thought it resembled a salamander, and thus the gerrymander was born. You can actually see how computer advances make gerrymandering more extreme. In the 70s, as soon as commercial computers became available, both major political parties started using early mapping software to draw districts in ways they deemed to be more advantageous. By the 1990 redistricting cycle, the process had gone entirely digital. Computers were now small enough and sophisticated enough to independently run advanced redistricting software. By the 2000 cycle, computers had enough processing power to analyze big data sets. This means they were able to assess people's individual lifestyle habits and determine which way they'd most likely vote. Politicians use data to create better gerrymanders than humans could ever dream up. The redistricting software Maptitude cross-references public data, such as demographics, race, and voting history, with consumer data, such as social media posts and magazine subscriptions. Algorithms then predict an individual's political leaning. These data sets are what help mapmakers determine where to redraw district lines. Pennsylvania mapmakers created the Goofy Kicking Donald Duck shape by cutting through 5 counties. They carved out Democratic votes around Philadelphia and added Republican votes in Lancaster County. Pennsylvania has 5 registered Democrats for every 4 registered Republicans, but the Republicans control 13 of the 18 congressional districts. Another example is Maryland's 3rd district. The Praying Mantis splits up counties and neighborhoods, but in ways that favor Democrats. In 2011, Democrats allegedly chopped up District 6 and glued a wealthy Democratic suburb near D.C. onto District 3. Pennsylvania and Maryland are just 2 of the several states that have faced lawsuits over this gerrymandering technology. Legal battles over maps in Wisconsin, North Carolina, Virginia, and Texas could alter the voting districts by the 2018 midterms. What will happen after the 2020 census? The software will continue to advance. But will we keep that power in the hands of politicians, or will voters hand that power to citizens? This is You Are Here, a show about the science behind everyday life.